Hello friends! Countless amazing things happen on our planet every day. In the past, all we could do was talk about them. But now, every person can film them on their phone. Cameras are wonderful things. I'm afraid to even imagine how dangerous and unexpected the world around us would be if there was no photography. And in today's video, you'll get to see some amazing things that seem so unreal that if they didn't get caught on camera, no one would have believed they actually happened. Fire in water. Sounds extremely strange and improbable. After all, we all know that it simply can't happen. However, the fact is that history has at least one such example. It happened in the Gulf of Mexico in 2021, where the surface of the ocean caught fire. According to the media, the fire was caused by an accident on an underwater pipeline of some Mexican state-owned company. The reason behind it was a leak at a depth of 78 meters near the oil platform. This is the phenomenon that absolutely every traveler wants to see. It's blue lava. According to scientists, this is the result of the burning of 600 degrees Celsius sulfur dioxide gas when it comes in contact with air. It forms a blue flame that can rise to a height of up to 5 meters. Then, some of the gas condenses into liquid sulfur, which burns with a bright blue fire, flowing down the slope of the volcano, almost like lava. Some photographers go to Indonesia specifically to capture this extraordinary natural phenomenon. What would you think if someone talked to you about walking or running on water? Surely you would remember the story of Jesus and the Shaolin monks, who trained for years to do just a short run. But how would you react to this video? It shows the most ordinary elk running on the water right next to people sailing in their boat. As you can understand, the river was quite deep, but nevertheless, the animal still managed to run on water. Either it was some kind of higher being that accidentally got caught on camera, or the elk had superpowers, or maybe it's just a fake. What do you think about it? Let us know in the comments. We all know what lighthouses are. There are many of them around the world, but how many of them are located so far into the ocean, completely cut off from civilization? This structure was erected in the sea near the shore. Its height is 47 meters, and this photo that you're looking at was taken in 1989. Photographer Jean Gouchard decided to take a picture of the storm from a helicopter. The man knew that strong storms were common in the area, but he didn't expect the elements to rage out so much. The storm was so strong that the waves broke down the doors of the lighthouse and washed out most of the furniture and some other things. The lighthouse caretaker, Theodore Melgourne, was there at the time. He requested help and was waiting for evacuation. Space is the part of our world that is very difficult to study, partly because it requires enormous resources which cost a lot of money. Different countries try to study foreign objects, but they don't always report their findings to common people. That's partly because they don't always know what they really are. That's what happened with this thing. One eyewitness managed to take a photo of a secret base where something resembling a triangular UFO was to be examined. According to the source, this flying object was made using alien technology. But if that was the case, then why hasn't the United States demonstrated its unique aircraft in action? Friends, if you're like me, you might have also thought that mixing two oceans was simply impossible. It seems that the water would dissolve into each other, so there wouldn't be a clear boundary between them. But it turns out that isn't so. Due to the different density and salt levels of the water, surface tension is created between water flows, which acts like a thin wall that prevents the oceans from mixing. It looks like some kind of Photoshop, to be honest. Did you know that the gates of hell actually do exist? At least, the following place looks a lot like them. It is a burning gas crater in the town of Darvaza, known as the Gates of Hell. It is located in the center of the Karakum Desert, about 260 kilometers north of Ashgabat, and is a local landmark that attracts the attention of scientists and tourists alike. In 1971, Soviet geologists discovered accumulations of natural gas in this area, and having drilled a well, caused a collapse. The upper layers of the soil simply fell into the underground cave, opening a large hole filled with gas. In order to avoid poisoning people and livestock, the geologists decided to set it on fire, believing that the fire would die down over time. It's been 50 years, and the crater is still burning. Given the technology we have, it seems simply impossible that people have never actually met UFOs. Someone had to have seen it at least once. Judging by this video, it happened a rather long time ago, but we weren't told about it for some reason. According to the news, this UFO can reach speeds higher than the speed of sound, which is why it's hard to see it at a great distance even with the best equipment, let alone the naked eye. It is unclear whether the video is fake or not, and whether the UFO is real, but in any case, the theory is rather curious. Friends, just take a look at these shots. They show some rather unpleasant-looking creatures climbing out of the sand, and there are a lot of them, like ants. All of them squirm and move randomly. At first, there are very few of them, but then there are more, and then they simply cover the entire beach in an instant. Nature is truly amazing, and this video is proof of that. Just look at this forest. The video shows that it is literally breathing. I don't know if this video is fake or not, but having watched it, you definitely start believing that trees, grass, and flowers have feelings. Water turtles. These creatures look like ordinary turtles and don't seem dangerous to humans, but nevertheless, you can try and imagine what they have in their mouths. Sure, it may sound like a strange suggestion. Few people would think to do that, but that's exactly the point. It turns out that the mouths of these creatures look worse than those of the most terrible monsters from horror movies. I'm sure most of you didn't expect that from these cute turtles. And you've also probably heard that turtles are the slowest creatures, but that isn't entirely true. The slowest creatures are the giant elephant and Galapagos tortoises, whose maximum speed is 4 kilometers per hour, and the fastest are actually the sea tortoises. Their speed can reach up to 35 kilometers per hour. The heavier the turtle's shell and the colder it is, the slower the speed. If an ordinary Central Asian tortoise was taken out in the sun, it would quickly run for shade, which would surprise its owner very much. Moreover, they're very quick when running after the females, and the females aren't much slower when running away. They also have an excellent reaction. As soon as a person appears around the freshwater turtle, it immediately jumps from its warm place on a stone or a log straight into the pond. Friends, that's all for today. Like the video, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.